Hey and welcome to this new course of Git and GitHub. In this tutorial we will learn the basic and the master GitHub at the end. So let's start by installing it in our computer and in our machine. First we go to this website git-sem.com. We will click on this button, download for Windows, because for me I have Windows as an operating system. After the installation of Git, it's like the normal installation, next, and then finish. We will open our Git into computer and it will look just like this. After that we will do some configuration. It's not necessary, but it's good to do. First of all, we click git config -- global, because we want to make it global, and that we start by writing and putting our name. It's like that, and we put it just in those brackets. After we create our name, we will click in enter. After that we will go and create with same command line. We will do our email and we will put our email. It's the same. We will put it in those brackets and we will create our email. For me, my email is that.com. Yeah, and to make sure that those commands are correctly, we will do git config, and after that username or use an email, and it should show us the same name or the same email that we put and we enter right before. So as I said, those config are not necessary but are good to do. So let's go to the next. Hey again, and in this video I will show you how to initialize a directory, and I will show it to you in two ways. So first of all, for me, I have created a directory I name it tuto, and I will open it with git. Just I will get in git bash here, and it will open git bash in the same position or in the same path as my tuto. So first of all, if I want to create a directory and initialize it with git, I will need it will be in two ways. First of all, if I have the directory is already exist or not. For me, I don't have any directory, so let's create one. It's just like the Linux command line mkdir, and we will for example, let's name demo, and it's created. Now let's go to this website, to this directory, demo, and for initialize it with git, we will execute the command git init, and just like that we see the master in here. That means that it's initialized with git. I will explain to you master when we will arrive to the branch. Yeah, and that's the first way. If we don't have if we have already the directory created for us, but what if we want to create a directory and directly initialize it in git? So to do that, first of all, let me just close this demo, and after that remove it with the rmf and dot demo. Okay, so let's just create a new one. We will git init, and after that we will put the name of the new directory. For example, let's name it demo2. Okay, and it's created. And to know that it's initialized with git, we will go to it, set the demo2, and we see that we have the master. That means that it's directly, or it's initialized with GitHub. I think that's all for this video, and let's go to the other one. Hey, and welcome to this new video. We will be doing our first commit. So you remember our new repository that we created with a link to GitHub. So let's just open the page here. Now we will create just a readme file inside the demo repository. So we will go to the demo repository, and as we see, it's master. That means it's linked with GitHub repository. It's initialized. So let's create a file with command line touch, and after that the name of the file, it's readme.amd. Yeah, it's created. And to open it in some code editor, for me I choose VS Code. So and to open it with VS Code, we just short command code space and after that dot, and it will be opened in VS Code. We hit enter, and as we see, it's opened in VS Code. So let's just make it simple. Let's just create a hello world. We save it, and now we see the status of this repository. So git status, and as we see, it tells us that we are on branch master, and there is a file that it's updated or modified. Its name, it's a readme file, and we are not committed anything yet. So now we are in the working area, so we need to go to the staging area, and to do that we will write command git add, and after that name of the file. In this case, it's a readme file. Now we are in the staging area. Let's again check the status. Yeah, now we see that the color here, it's green, it's not red as before. So now we are in the staging area, and now we need to commit or to validate our work, so that can we be in the on the local repository. And to do that, we need to do it by the command git commit. We can just make it that way and hit enter, or we can add some comment. And to do that, we will add -m, and we will, for example, our first commit. Yeah, and to make it just like that, and after that we hit enter. And now we see that we are committed. So now if we check the status, now we working truly clean. That's me, and there are nothing to commit. And now in this area, local repository, and with this message here, nothing to commit and work truly clean, now we can push our code to the remote repository of GitHub. This is all for this video, and see you in the next video. Now let's suppose and imagine that this demo or repository or this demo is not like the repository that we need to initialize it with Git, and we made some big mistakes, and instead of initialize another project another repository, we initialize this one. So how to undo that? First of all, let's see what this project has. I think it's just a readme file which we just created, and let's see the order and ls of this group. So we make ls-el. Yeah, and we see that there is a hidden repository called git. This repository or this hidden repository are the main reason why this project is connected or is initialized with Git. So if we delete this repository. Our repository, it will be just like a normal repository as any other repository, and it will not be initialized with it. And to delete it, we need to write command rm-rf and .git. And now we see that after we execute this command, the master disappear in here. That means that these projects are no more, or this repository is no more initialized with Git. So now we can't execute any Git command. Let's give it a try with git status. And as this message clear, he tells us that there is no Git repository. And to do that, to remake it a Git repository and make the master, we add the Git init. And now as we see that the master are back again, so that means that the repository is connected to Git or is initialized to a Git project. Let's see what's are in that project, in that repository, who is hidden. So let's go to the project cg.git. Now let's make an ls. Yeah, so we see that there is a lot of file like config, description, head, hooks, info, objects, and ref. And it is very important that we don't update or don't modify anything of those hidden files. That's why they do it first. That's why they make the Git repository hidden, so that we don't do anything that can misfunction. That can misfunction the initialize with Git and our repository Git. I think that's all for now. So now we know how to undo a project. If, for example, for some mistake we initialize a project instead of another, we learn how to undo it just by deleting that hidden Git repository right here with command rm, and to initialize the other one with the Git init. That's all. Thank you for watching. Now how about if we have for example 100 of files that need to be committed? It's impossible to stay commit one by one. Git add, for example, file 1, then git commit file 1, then git add file 2, then commit file 2. It is impossible to do that. That's why there is another way that we can add and commit a lot of file in a single time. So let's do that. First, let's check if everything is okay with git status. Yeah, and as we see, everything is working cleanly. Now let's just add like a simple space in our readme file with like hello world. We add space and we save it. Now let's see again with git status. Yeah, we see that it detects that the file has been updated, and now we are back again to the working area. Now let's create another file, just like a readme file. So touch, let's make it readme2.md. Now we are in the working area, and we will see how to make the both readme 1 and 2 go to the staging area, and after that to the repo area in one simple command, not by doing it one by one. So let's just put some text in that readme2. We go to our code editor we see just readme. We will let yes readme2. JS in here, it's like h1 in HTML. It's the equivalent of h1 in HTML. And let's say our second, or just let's say just hello, oh shit, readme2. Let's just say hello world again. Yeah, this is a lot of hello. Okay, so now let's see how we can add them and commit them both in simple way. And to make this two file from this working area to staging area, we have two ways. The first way is, for example, is with command git add, and then we add a dot. This dot means that every single file that exists in our demo repository will be moved to staging area. So this is the first way. The second way is, now we know that we have just two files who have the same extension, so we will do .md. So now every file that has the same extension md will be moved to the staging area, but I prefer to do like the dot. So now the both file will be moved from working area to the staging area. We hit commit, enter, not commit. And now let's see the status, git status. Yeah, and now we see that they show us that two files are detected, the readme and the readme2, the one who is modified or updated, and the new one which we just created. And now let's go from the staging area to the local repository with the git commit. So we'll do git commit and our message. For example, let's say my commit with 2 md files. Let's hit enter, and we see that the both files are committed and are now in the local repository. Now let's check with git status, and now we see that all work is fine and clean. And now we know how to add one file or multiple files from working area to staging area, and after that to the local repository which we just did. This is all for the video. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Now what if I want to know every single commit or every single git command that has been written in the git bash, or let's consult the log file. And to do that, we will put command git log, hit enter, and will show us the first git of my commit. This is the message of committing 2 md files that we write before. My commit with 2 md files, and the first commit with single md file, which we did in our previous video. And this in the author we found the name and the email of the same person who did this commit, and also who did the second commit. Those are the information that we put in our first configuration of Git with the git config global user.name and user.email. Now what if I want to know or to learn more about the details of every commit? So let's do a clear and let's do this command line git show. It's like a git log but with more details. It's like a detailed git log. We hit enter and now we see the first we see the logs with details. So for example, our first commit, it's a hello world message, and those are the second file, the two files which we push and add, and everything, basically everything which in the in the red color, it's been updated, and what's in green, it's not been updated. I was just searching for the message that we write in the git commit. I just found the second one, my commit with 2 empty files, and I'm looking from the first one, which called, I think, just first. No, it will shows up. It's not important. And now to exit that git mode, we need to add. It's like the vi in Linux. If you're familiar with command in Linux, to exit we need to enter kit. So we need to hit that button Q. We need to write Q so that we can exit that command or that interface of log show. So now we know the difference between git log and git shows. So basically git shows is a git log but with some other details. That's all for this video. See you next. After we become familiar with Git and his command, we will not go every time from the working area to staging area and then to the local area. We will commit directly and I would say fast than before. That's why there is a concept that has a name, express commit. And to do that, let's do one example. Let's modify in the readme 2. Let's add h2. It's with two ds. Let's just say second title. We save it. Now we see git status, and it shows us that the readme 2 has been updated or has been modified. So now how about that I want now normally I'm back again in the working area because I have updated the readme 2. So now I don't want to go to the staging area, I want to go directly to the local repo. How can I do that? So I can do that with this command git commit dash am, then we put our message second commit. Normally when we were in the staging area and we want to go to the local repo, we didn't put the a. So why the a? A is basically meaning to add then commit, and it just gives us this command line git commit dash am, then the message that we want to write to express the commit. So we hit enter, and now we are again in the local repository, but without going to the staging area then to the local repository. We are going from the working repository directly to the local repository. Let's check with the git status, and everything is okay. Work tree clean, but we have a problem, and to see this problem we need to add another file. So let's do it. Touch readme tree.mg, and we see that the file has been created just in here. Let's do like h1 first title. Let's save it. Now let's see git status, and it shows us there is a new file with the name readme. Let's update, or let's update or add something new in the readme too. Let's just say learn git. Let's save it. Let's go back to our git bash. Let's re-execute command git status, and it tells us that there is a new file and an updated one. Now in the first time we our git know just two files, the readme and the readme 2, and that readme tree is never been committed or added, so the git don't know him. And to know the file that the git track or no, we execute command git ls -files. No, sorry, ls and not la. Yeah, and it shows that readme and readme 2, those are two files which git know or the git track. So now let's try and commit git commit -am. Let's say changed readme. Let's hit enter, and now it tells us the messages, everything it's okay, change to readme. It's message of commit, but let's see the git status. And in the git status we see that the readme tree, the readme file readme tree is not committed, or it's not tracked by git. So what is the solution to that, or how we can tell the git to commit also the readme file? The problem is this command line git commit -em. So basically this command is just for the file that are already been tracked, or that are already been in the staging area, and in our example readme is just we just create readme tree, so basically it's never went to the staging area. That's why when we say git commit em, he didn't be considered, and git didn't even went to him and take him to the local repo. So the solution of that is we need to first of all make the readme tree go to the staging area, and after that we commit. So git add, let's say dot, enter, and after that we will commit git commit just new file, and we hit enter. So now if we see the status, it tells us that everything is okay, and now the three readme are tracked, or the three readme are went to the staging area, but now are in the local repository. So basically every file we created, it's important to him to go to the staging area if we want to commit them in the future. It's important to be track. It means that it's went to the staging area. Yeah, so always remember that that express commit or the git commit-en, it's just for the file that has been tracked or that has been going to the staging area and are not available to the new file who are not tracked. So every single file that we create, it need to be tracked or it need to be gone to the staging area. And after that, now if we update the readme 1 or 2 or 3, we will use the express commit, the express command line with git commit-em, and after that the message, because all the 3 file has been gone to the staging area and they are tracked. And to know the file that they are tracked, it's with command git ls-files, and now it shows us that the 3 files are tracked. This is all for this video and for Express.js. See you in the next video. Hey, and welcome again to this tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to cancel some commit or to undo a commit. For example, in this file readme2, we will add for example, let's add some text who will be backed out. We will save. Now if we use our git status, it will tell us that the readme file 2 has been updated. Yeah, that's what she tells us. Now how about if I want to go back to my previous version of code. For example, if that is a lot of code, for example, and I made some update or some modification, but I want to cancel them. Especially if I close my editor and I open it again, I can't do like Control Z to backup. So what should I do in this case? First of all, we will add the changed file to the staging area, and in this case we have readme2, so we will do git add and readme2.md. we will put it back to the staging area, hit enter. So let's check again with git status. Yeah, it shows that our file, it's now in the staging area, and they tell us also here use git reset head to unstage. That means to go back to the working area. So let's use it, git reset head. And now we will use it. Now we are in the working area, but as we see, this text is always in here, always in the readme2. So how can we tell the git to go by itself to the previous version, to delete all the new feature and the new updated that we added, and to go back to the first version? And by telling to git to do that, it's by this command line. We will execute this command line, git checkout -- and the name of the file that we want to tell the git to make it go back to the first version or to the previous version. and in this case it's readme2 readme2.md. we hit enter, and as we see, this line that we added that has text will be backed out, it's automatically removed. This is all for this video. So see you in the next video. We will learn how to create the alias. Hey, and welcome to this new video when we will learn how to create alias and to customize the output of the log message. So as we know, if we want to see the log, we will go to the command git log, and it will show us all the logs that we did. Now how about if we want to customize it? And by the way, if you want to know some other options of some command, it just with the git command, for example git help, and after it you put the name of the command, for example git help log, hit enter, and it will show you all the option of the log command. And in this video we will learn some of it. So let's start. First of all, we will see what this command will show us. Git command, one line, then dash dash graph, then dash dash decorator, or just decorate, and after that dash dash r. All those options are in the git help log, and you want to see some others. Now if we hit enter, we see that the output is different from the previous just git log. Now it's a little customized. Now there is all the message of our commits. For example, our first commit with the message of first, second with commit with 2 empty files, then second commit, then change the readme file. Now how about if I want to re-execute and to have the same output here? That means I need to write all this command line. So this is the importance of the alias. So let's create an alias that will have the same this command, but it will be shorter than this. So let's start. Git git config dash dash global, then alias dot, and we give it a name. For example, let's give it decorate, for example, or decorator, and we write the command line between those two. So it's git log dash dash one line dash dash graph dash dash decorate dash dash all. Yeah. So now we have an alias of this command. So now if we want to re-execute this command, we will not be in need to write the whole command. We will just execute git, and after that the name of the alias, and in this case it's decorator. So alias decorator, we hit enter. It's been some mistake. I don't know why is it not working, but just try it in your machine and it will work. This is exactly the same command line and same command we do with to create an alias. Hey, and welcome to the Git tutorial. In this program we will learn how to rename or delete a file using Git. So first of all, let's create another file. Let's in this time name it example.txt. Now it will be created. Here we can see it. Let's move it to the staged area with the command git add example. We can use this example or we can use just git add then dot. Now he is in the staging area. Now we need to commit. So git commit -m add example. Hit enter. Now if we see the git status, it tells us that everything is okay. Now how about if we are in this time and we want to rename this example for example. Yeah, let's rename this example for example. We have two ways. The first way, which for maybe you would do or you would tell me to do, it's to rename it manually or with command line move and then rename it. But if we do this, the file will be going back to the working area, and now we do the commit. We are in the local repository, so we are behind the working area and staging area, and we are in the local repository. But if we want to rename it with Git, it will be renamed, but without going back to the working area. We will always be in the staging area and it will be renamed. So this is the command git mv and then the name of the file and the new name. For example, let's name it demo.txt. Let's hit enter, and as we see here, it changed their name from example to demo. Now if we use the git status, now it tells us that it's still in the staging area, but it changed the name from example.txt to demo.txt. Why we know that it is in the staging area? Because this line is in green. That means that it is in staging area. If it is in red that means it is going back to the first area, which is the working area. Now as we are in the staging area, let's commit. So git commit -m which is rename or renaming. We hit enter and everything is done. Now how about if we want to delete this file? Yeah, this demo file, we want to delete it, but without going back to the working area. We will delete it and stay in the staging area. To do that, we will use the command git rm and then the name of the file. In this case it's demo.txt. We hit enter and we see here that the demo it's deleted. And if we want to check on the status, hit enter and he tells us that deleted demo.txt was deleted, and we are always in the staging area. Now let's commit again, git commit.m, let's say delete and deleting. Hit enter. Everything is going well. Now let's check again with git status. Yeah, it tells us that everything work clean and work right. So this is all for the video. See you in the next video. Hey, and welcome again to this new tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to ignore some file so that they will not be committed and pushed to the Git server. And to do that, or to ignore some file, we need to create a file who has the name git ignore. So let's do it. Touch git ignore. Why we did this dot in first? Because this file need to be hidden. Touch without e at the end, sorry. Yeah, and now we see that the git ignore has been created, and now we will mention, or we will write all the files that we don't want to be committing them or pushing them into Git server. So let's create another file, application.log, and another one, configuration.log or config.log. And we see those two are created. So now we want to commit and to add and commit our project, but we want to ignore those two application.log and config.log. Let's write git status, and as we see here, tell us that those are three new file that they are still in the working area. So for now, as we say, we want to ignore those two files. So we will go to the git ignore file that we just created, and in each line we will write the name of the file. So in our case, application.log or and config.log. We hit save, and let's re-execute this command line, and as we know, those two files has been ignored by Git. We can do that, or because they have the same extension, we could just use this log. We hit enter, and we re-execute git status, and we see that they are in the same output as before, and those two application.log and config.log are ignored. So now let's go to the staging area, the git add dot git ignore, and after that let's commit git not hit git commit -m, and let's say git ignore as message. We hit enter, and we see that there is no problem, even if those two application.log and config.log are not even in the staging area or in the local repository. Why? Because we ignore them, so that they are not matter to Git. That's why we create the git ignore. We add the file that are not interesting in the Git server, or they are not that interesting, so that the Git will ignore them, and he will not push them or add them and commit them. And same thing go for repository also. So let's create a new repository, for example mkdir database. It's created, and let's create a file in that new, let's name it txt, for example. It's created. Let's see the git status. What it tells us. It tells us that there is a new repository database who has the name of database there, that he is still in the working area and need to be added to the staging area and then to the working area or to the local remote. So now let's ignore that new repository also. So we'll go to our file git ignore and we will add the name of it, like database. And the difference between a file and a repository, that in the file we just write the name of it, and in the repository we add the slash at the end. So now we save, we go back to our git bash, we re-execute git status command, and as we see there is no more of database. That means that he has been ignored. Yeah, so now let's add and commit our work. Git let's try the old one, express commit, git commit -em, and as message let's say git ignore of repo as a repository, and of not org repo database. Let's hit enter and everything gets okay. Git status, and it tells us that everything is working clean. So now we know how to ignore or ignore some file and also some repository. So that's all for this video. See you in the next video. Hey, and welcome again to Mastering of Git and GitHub. In this video we will know how to create and manipulate the branch. And as default, in every or when we initialize a Git repository as a Git, we see the master. So the master here is a branch, and to know, for example, to make sure that we are in master, or if this master don't show up, we can create or we can do the command git branch, and here it tells us that we are in branch master. Why those branches are important? For example, in a team of developer, we have, for example, the designer and front-end developer and the back-end developer. So in this case we need to create 3 branches, one for the designer, one for the back-end, and one for the front-end, and everyone he will work separate with those branches. At the end of the work, we will merge those branches or collect all the code in a simple one application. And to do that, we will sometimes it will work just fine, and sometimes we will have a lot of conflicts and a lot of error messages. We will know also how to save the solution so that we can work clean and easy as we want. So first of all, we are in the master branch. Now let's create a new branch. We will create it with this command git checkout -b as branch, and after that the name of the branch. In this case, let's name it update. We hit enter, and as you notice there, now we are no more in the branch master, but we are in the update, and here I'll switch it to a new branch as update. And to know all the branch we have, with command git branch, it will show us all the branch that we have, and for the moment we have just 2, master and update, and the one we are in it's in green, update, as it is in here, update. Now if we want to go back to the branch master, we will use this command git branch, but without touch b, because with the touch b it's to create a new one. So now no, git checkout, sorry, checkout. Normal, if we want to create a new branch, we use dash b, then the name of the new branch. But now we have it already. We want just to switch to the master branch, so we'll just put the name master, and it says switch it to the branch master, and now we are in the branch master. Now let's go back to the update one, the update branch, updates. Now let's make some modification. For example, in readme tree. In readme tree, let's add another line: learn Git and GitHub from 0 to hero. We will save it, and now let's check our status. Git status. It tells us that it happened some modified or some modification in the readme tree. Let's commit. So let's use express commit, because the readme tree is already have been tracked. So we can use the express commit. am let's add line. Let's hit enter, and now it will be committed. Now if we see with git status, it tells us that everything work fine. Now we have committed in the branch updated. Now let's go back to the master. So git checkout master. Let's hit enter, and we see here that the line that we have added, it's disappear. Why is that? Because it's in the branch update and not in the master. So why the branch are important to work with? Let me give you some example. The branch, it's like, for example, before we have just one branch master. It's like we have one repository of master that it's contain all those codes or all those files, and it's work fine. But in the future we're thinking of something new to add it to the application, or for example to add it to this new file, but we are not sure if this code will perfectly or will work perfectly with those previous codes that we are running. So we create another branch. In this case we are name it updated. It's like we make a copy and paste to the repository master, and we name it updated. So we go to the repository or to the branch updated, we test our code, we add maybe some more codes or some more features, and we see if it's work correctly. We will merge them to become one as it's before and to work with. If it's not, and if it's not working good, or we see that the previous code it work better than that, so we will leave the branch update and go back to the branch master, and we will find that everything is as everything is as it used to be before. Everything work right, but in the updated, no. So now in the positive side, what if the new code that we added is work perfectly and it work clean with previous one? In this case we will update our application or our website, and we will use the code in updated. How we will do that? Let's see. So now let's add the command line git merge and the name of the branch that it worked, and in this case it's update. So now what will happen is that all this modification and all the code that we do in the branch updated will appear and work in master. Let's hit enter, and we see that the line it's back again to the master. Learn Git and GitHub from 0 to hero. That's all for this video. See you in the next one. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to deal with problem and with conflict. So let's start. First of all, let's create another branch with the command git checkout -b, and after that the name of the branch. Let's name it bad branch or worst branch. Worst that branch. Let's hit enter, and we will directly switch to the worst branch. So in this worst branch, let's make some changes. For example, here in readme tree, let's change that to learn Git and GitHub for the worst branch. We will hit save, and after that we will commit it. We will commit it just using the express command git commit -am, and let's say commit for the worst branch. I name it worst branch because after we will learn how to delete a branch. That's why I name it the worst branch. So now everything it's okay. Everything is committed and everything it's okay. Let's use git status to make sure, and yeah, everything is working fine. So now let's go back to the master branch with command git checkout, and after that the name of the branch, and pay attention to what will happen in this line. So master, we hit enter, and we see that we switch it to the master branch, but also the line went back before as it was in the master branch. So now we will see how to merge the both of them, the worst branch and the master branch, even if they have the same modification on the same update in the same line. Let's add something after adding the worst branch. Let's save it. So now we have been updating or modification in the same branch. So now let's commit that git commit, always express commit, and let's make update after what's that? Update after worst branch. Let's hit enter, and everything will work clean. Now let's try to merge those two branches. So git merge with worst branch. Let's hit enter, and see it shows some some conflict and some error. It tells us that that in both branches they are trying to update or to modify the same line in the both. in here it's in head, that's mean in our master, in the master branch we found this line, and in the worst branch we found this this line. So how can we serve this how we can serve this problem? First of all, if we are in some company, we need to consult with the other developer, for example, who has created the other branch. For example, I'm developer number 1, I create this code, and developer number 2, he created this code. They are in both different branches, but when we try to merge and to make the whole application in a single application, it shows us and it gives us some problem like that. So which code we will get first or the second? After speaking with the other developer, we need to take the decision. So for example, if we want to let this code stay, we just need to delete those and delete also this head. After that, save and add it and commit it. So let's commit git commit -am commit after merge. Let's hit enter. So this is all for this video. See you in the next one. Hey and welcome to tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will explain how to delete a branch. It's not necessary, but it's good to delete the branch after we use it, after its work has been done. So to list all the branch we have, we used git branch, and now it shows us that we have 4 branches. So to delete, I will delete 2, the bad branch and the worst branch. So to delete them we will use git branch -g for delete, and the name of the branch, for example bad branch. We hit enter and it tells us it's not fully merged. Yeah, because I didn't merge it anymore. But if I want to delete the worst branch, which is merged, I will just write it, hit enter, and it was deleted branch. So now if I want to make sure if it was deleted or not, I will execute the first command, git branch, hit enter, and now it shows us that the branch are deleted. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Hey and welcome to this tutorial when we will learn about tags. So what is a tag or git tag? For example, a git tag we will have when we develop an application. For example, we have the front end and the back end, and a tag, it's like the commit message, but for example if we want to specify, for example, a tag for the back end and a tag for the front end. So to create a tag we use command git tag and the name of the tag, for example my tag. We hit enter. So now if we want to see like the list of log, git log, let's decorate it, 1 line, then we use graph and decorate and all. So as we see, the tag is linked, or it's stick with the last commit we did. and if we want for example to delete that tag, it's with command git tag dash g. If we keep it that way, it will delete all the tag, but let's before delete it, let's see it. It would command git tag dash dash list, and it shows us the tag we have. Now let's delete it. Git tag dash g, and the name of the tag, it's my tag. Let's delete it. Now let's reset the list, and it's empty. That means we're deleted. There is another option of how to create a tag. For example, let's create another one. List tag name git tag dash a, the name of the tag, for example version 1, and we can put a message, for example first version of the project. We hit enter. What? Yeah, because I need dash m for the message. Now if I hit enter, it will work. Yeah. So now let's see the logs with git logs. Hit enter, and see, now we see the version 1. For example, if we have a lot of version, it will be more visible and more clean to the one who read it. For example, this is version 1. If we have been create another tag, it will, for example, shows us here the tag on the version, or for example here it can be, for example, front end or back end. So that's what tags are for. This is all for the video. See you in next. Hey, and welcome again to the tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn about an important command in GitHub, which is stash. What is stash and what does it do? So for example, if I'm working on that document readme tree, for example, and the software engineer lead, or for example the client, want to see something, or want to have for example the readme tree file to see it. Let's just say that I work in a company and I'm a developer, and software programming lead want me to give him this file readme tree, and I'm still working on it. For example, let's say that let's just creating of something, yeah. So now if I want to commit that, for example, let's just say git status, then we will see that it tells us that the readme tree has been updated. But what if I want I want to give him that readme tree, but with the old version, not with this update. And here comes the role of this command git stash. So let's try it. Git stash, we hit enter, and it tells us that it's saved work directly, and we see that the thing that we added, it's disappeared. So now if we do the git status, it tells us that everything is work clean and fine. So now everything work clean. I will give this file readme tree to the software engineer lead. But now I want to continue my work, so I will need to continue what I was doing here in the code. So first let's see if we have some stash in the git. And to do that, we will use the command git stash dash dash list. We hit enter. Lists, I think. Yeah, without dash, and it tells us that there is a stash, so it's committed after merge. So now if we want to receive what it was in update, we write command git stash pop. We committed, and as we see, the thing that we didn't commit, it come back, or the thing that we stash or pause to give it, so that we can give the file to the other program or to the lead, it's now back again. So now we can continue working, but it tells us that the readme file tree has been modified, so we will commit it. Git commit dash em, let's say commit after stash. We'll hit enter. Now let's check if everything work fine with git status. Hit enter. Yeah, everything worked fine. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video in the tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to go back to some first commit we did. So to show all the commit, we will execute this command git log one line, or we can just use git log, but we want some to decorate the output, so we use the whole command. We hit enter, and we see that now we are in here, hit master in commit after stash. Now how about we want to change and to go back to some previous commit. We have two types, soft or hard. Let's try the soft one. For example, we will say git reset, and after that the id. For example, let's go to this new file. We will copy the id and call it past, and after that dash dash soft. We hit enter. Now let's re-execute first command. We see that now we are in the new file commit, but we notice that every that, for example, the readme tree or the database weren't in that commit, or weren't in the new file commit, but we still found them in here. That's the soft commit. It's like the logical commit. We don't really go back to the previous version of commit. We just seen, for example, the code. For example, if we come here in this new file, in the readme one, there is just the hello world, and the readme 2, there's also just that code. But what now if we want to go back, but in the hard way, not in the soft way? So let's go to the second commit. Yeah, so git reset dash dash hard, and we will copy the second commit, copy and paste. It's even we write the id before the hard dash dash hard or after it, it's no problem. So now if we hit enter, it will be back, and as we see, there is no, this file, it don't exist anymore. And also the readme tree, also we found it deleted, they are not existing anymore. That's because we reset, but in the hard way. So now our project, it's the same as in the in our second commit. For also here there is no the title, second title, and here with the hello world, here we didn't found anything. So now let's go back to commit after merge, which is our I think our last commit. So copy it, go back, delete that, and pass, hit enter, and everything will go back as normal. We found now that the readme tree file has come back, dot git ignored has come back again. Here is the text, has add the text, and everything is work as it used to be in that commit. So now we see how to manipulate and go back even with soft or in a hard way to our previous commit. So for example, if in that commit some code didn't work well, but in this previous commit, for example in commit deletion, it worked perfectly, we can go back to this commit, copy it, and then go back to the commit after merge and paste it there. So that's all for this video. See you soon. Hey and welcome everybody to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So now we will learn how to connect our local repository with Git, with the Git server, or with the remote repository. So first of all, we need to have a GitHub account. So if you don't have a GitHub Amar, it's time to have one. It's very simple. You just go to github.com, click on sign up. You just need your username, email, password, and that's it. You have account. After that, connect with your account and create a repository. For creating that, you go to this plus button and you click new repository. After that, it will take us to the other page, which we need to say the name of the repository and description of the repository, and some choice if we want, for example, to make our repository public or private. So here, for example, the name, let's say demo, and here let's give it some description. Let's just say project of Git for our training, something like that, for our training. So after that, we need to choose even public or private. Public, this means it's an open code source who everyone in the world can see or can view your code. Private, it's not. You need to give them the privilege to go and see your work. For now, we will just leave it public. And here it says that initialize your repository with readme. For us, we have readme. We have 3 readmes, so it's not important to do it. So create a repository, and after that it will show us 2 codes. Yeah, it's like that. So in this first code, for the people who don't initialize their project yet, so they need to copy and paste all this command line. For us, we are initializing our demo repository with Git. It's already initialized with Git and it's master. So we need just to put that code, and we will know how to use it right now, or how to do it right now. So as I said, for us we will do the second command line. But first of all, let's see if our remote project or our remote our local demo is connected to some remote project. Of course we know that it's not, but you just see the command who tells us it's git remote -v. We hit enter and the output it's empty. That means it's not connected to any remote project. But before copy and paste this command, we need to make sure that everything is clean, and to see that we need to execute the git status command. We see that everything works clean, so now we will copy and paste this command, copy and then paste. We hit enter and it's connected. So now if we re-execute the command of git remote free, we see that we are connected to some remote repository, but it shows us to fetch and push. So basically the push is from the local to the remote, from our local demo to the demo in the repository or in the GitHub repository, and fetch it's from the demo in the GitHub repository to our demo in the machine. So now we can push our work by copy and paste this command line. Yeah, after that we will paste. It may ask us for our credential, password and email. Password and email. Let's see. Are you sure you want to continue connecting? So now if we will answer with yes. Yeah, I don't know what problem I have, but those are the right and correct command to do that. You just first you'll connect the local with the remote repository with this command, and after that you push it. After that you will just reload this page, and you will show and your code will be seen. That's all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new tutorial in Master Git and GitHub. So in this tutorial we will have a problem in pushing. So after you push your local repository to the GitHub repository, it will be two scenarios. The first, that everything goes okay and everything will push correctly, and second, that Git will give you some error. It's like this. So first let's check if we still connect to the Git repository remote.v. we hit enter. We see that we still connected. So now let's just copy and paste this command, copy and then paste, and we will see that GitHub give us some problem. So how to solve this problem? This is what we will see. First of all, open a new Git bash. So where is it? Yeah, new. Just close this one, and now type ssh-kgen. Hit enter. Enter the file which save. Yeah, hit enter. Now go to this exactly path. Go to it. So let's go to C. After C, user. Where is user in here? I think it's this. No. Let's just copy and paste that. C user, copy and then paste. Hit enter. And after we go to this path, we will open this. Let's open it just with a notepad. Open with just a block note. We will copy all of it, copy, and then we will go to our account in GitHub. We will go to setting, and we will search for CSS and GPGK. We will add new one, new SSH. Let's give it a title. Let's give it, for example, Windows. And here let's paste it, add new SSH. I will confirm our password. Now everything is working. Now it must work. So let's go back to our repository. Repository. This is the demo. Now let's open a new one and close this. New, and close this. So now let's check if it's still connected. Git remote -v. So now let's try to push it. Git push -u origin master. Let's hit enter. And now it tells us that everything is pushed correctly. So now if we refresh this page, we will see that our project is now in Git and GitHub. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of tutorial Master Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to create a repository, and this time repository it's always go for GitHub or Git repository in here. So we have two ways. Either we click on the plus button here and new repository, or we click on the new here. So let's click here on new. Let's give it a name, for example a website. Here it tells us description, but it's not mandatory, it's optional. So let's leave it empty. Here let's make it public. Initialize with a readme file. Let's check on it. Here it tells us if we want to add gitignore to our project. Gitignore we have already explained it, so let's give it a node. Where it is node? Here it is node. And now the license, let's just say Apache license. So let's create a repository. And after that we hit create a repository and it will be created. And here as we see it's created with the license, it's Apache, the gitignore and the readme file. And as we can see also, if we click in license, we will see the license of Apache 2 which we selected earlier. And here it's written. Here we can see the permission and also the limitation and some condition of the license. So that's be all for this video. See you in the next. Hey, and welcome again to this new video of tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this tutorial we will learn how to work with the Git repository from our local repository. So now after that we create this repository in GitHub, we want to work with it but in local or in our machine. We have two ways. Either click on download zip and we download it and then work in it, or we will use the clone, and in this video we will use the clone. Clone is like a copy and paste. So let's copy this path or this URL Now it's copied. Let's go to our git bash. Let's just make it clear. Let's empty dash clear. Yeah, that's it now. So now let's close this demo project. cg dash dash node dot dot. Now let's clone our new repository with git clone, and after that we pass no, not that, sorry for that, clear git clone, and we will copy this URL, copy, go to git and hit paste. Now let's click enter. It says that it's cloning into a website. Now it's clean. So now let's see with ls, and we see that our website or our repository was cloned successfully. So now let's go into that website or that new repository website. Let's see the file that are in it, ls, and we see that are the same file that we created in here, readme file and license. The git ignore, it's a hidden file, but let's see it, -el, and we see it here. It is, it's created it same way, and also it's in branch master because we have to get in it, because we initialize it in the git repository. And let's see if it's connected with the git repository. We will use the git remote -v, and we will see that it's connected with the protocol HTTPS. That's all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome to this new video in this tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to clone this website from repository to our local machine, but now we will rename the project. Here's project, its name, its website. Now we will rename it to something else. So first of all, let's clone it, git clone, and we will copy that URL. So let's copy it. I have already copied it, so I will just paste. Oh no, sorry for that. Let's git clone. Now let's just copy that website, copy that URL, copy, go, and then paste it in here. Now if we hit enter, it will clone, but in the same name, website. If we want to rename it to something else, we need to specify it and to write it just here. So let's name it, for example, my website. Let's hit enter, and we see that it's cloned successfully. So now it's ls, and here it is. It was cloned from our remote repository in GitHub to our local repository in our machine. And also if we check what there is in this folder, we will find the same thing as in here, license and readme.mg and git ignore. So let's go to that new repository, ls. We see the same folder as there is in our remote repository, to readme and license and .git ignore. Now let's create, or let's add a website to our folder, and to do that we will use the website initialize.com, and it tells us that start an HTML5 project in 15 seconds. So now we choose, even with the classic HTML, that means just HTML5 and CSS3, or responsive, or with Bootstrap. For me, I will choose the Bootstrap, and after that I will click on download it. After that it will download on a zip file. We need to unzip it and then to copy what there is in our folder, and we will see how to do that. So let me let me unzip it. And after that it will be, but now after that I unzip it, let's copy all of that to our repository or to our website that we just cloned. Here, not that. So let's go to C tutorial, and here is my website, and let's copy it in here. After we copy, we paste it in the folder. That's now we are back to the working area, so we need to add it to the staging area, then to commit it to the local repository. So now if I write git status, it will tell us that it has been some updated. Yeah, it tells us that all those files are not tracked. That means are still in the working area and not being added to the staging area. So now let's add them to the staging area with command git add and dot. Let's hit enter. It will tell us that all the files have been going to the staging area. Now let's commit them with git commit dash m, and let's say that add a new website. Let's hit enter, and it will be committed. So now after I add them to the staging area, and after I commit them or I validate them to the local repository, now let's push them to our server, or let's move our website to the repository in GitHub. So to do that, with command git push origin master. Let's hit enter, and it will be pushed to our repository master, or to the website that we created in the GitHub repository. After we click on git push origin master, Git will tell us to write or to authentify ourselves. So let's just enter our email or name and password. I will do that and be back to you soon. And after I connect myself to the Git, or after I type my email and password, the command will continue and it will work. Now let's just refresh our repository in GitHub, and we will see that our project is pushed to the remote repository in GitHub. Sorry, I have slow connection. Yeah, as we see, all the things that we added, now they are in the repository. It is like CSS folder, font, JS, HTML, and everything. So this will be all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new short video where we learn how to minimize the command. For example, now if we want to push our repository from the local to the Git, we need to type or to write all this command, and we know that a lot of developer and IT person don't want to type a lot of command. So we want just to type git push and push it directly. So let's configure that so that can Git know that we want to push it. And to do that, we will use the command git config -- global, then push dot default, and we click simple. Now we hit enter. Now after we configure this command, now we just click git push, and it will be pushed directly without the need of typing the whole command of git push origin and master. Now just git push, and it will be working successfully and good. why it is not working here? Just because everything is updated. Yeah, I just push it, so there is no modification or update. That's why it tells us that everything is up to date. So this is all for now. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn the difference between fetch and pull. And before we understand the difference between them, first of all, what is fetch and pull? It's basically they do the same thing and they are the opposite of push. So push, if we have our local repository and we want to push it or to add it to the GitHub repository. For fetch and pull, they are in the contrary. We have the website, or for example the code in the Git, in our Git repository, and we want to download it in our machine. So in this case we use the fetch and pull. So now what's the difference? First of all, let's talk about fetch. So if we use fetch, the code will be downloaded from the Git repository to our local repository or to our machine, but it will not be merged with the previous code. So we need to first download it with fetch, and after that click in or do another command that's git merge, so that they will be one code again. And that is why there is pull. So basically pull, it's fetch plus merge. It make us, or it's permit us to first of all download code and to merge it with previous code. And now in a lot of time we use just pull. It's very often when we use fetch. And to more understand that, let's use an example. Now let's make some changement. So let's go to our index.html and let's change something. First of all, I will click on the edit button in here, and after that let's change something. I don't know, padding, if there is some color, for example. For example, this anchor or this a brackets, it's called project name. We will delete it and let's say Git and GitHub. And now we need to save it. First save it, because we are working in a remote repository, there is no save, we need to commit it. Here it is. So let's give it some update. So let's say change of from project name to Git and GitHub. So now, and here it tells us that if we want to express some description, if we don't, it's not important. And here it tells us we have two choices. First of all, commit directly to the master branch, or to create or to commit in different branch. And now after I commit to change, let's see here with anchor git and GitHub, let's try the pull command. So let's use git pull and see what will happen. It means that it's already up to date. That means they are the same thing in the both way, in the local and in the remote. So now that means he copy or he put all the code in the remote repository to our local repository. And to see this, let's open it in some code editor. For me, I will use VS Code, and to open it, just click code space and -o. For me it's already open, and let's see the updated. And see here in index.html we found that he update Git and GitHub, or he merged the code in the remote repository with the local repository. Now he update or he clone, copy all the code and all the things that we have in the remote repository to our local repository, and see he do also the update. Let's see with the git status, and it will tell us that everything is work clean and fine, and it tells that your branch is up to date with origin master. That means they are the same thing in our local and in the remote repository in Git. So now if we didn't use pull and we use fetch instead, for fetch we will not have the same code. For example, it will just clone or copy the code in our remote repository to our machine without merge it with our code or with code in our local repository. So pull, it's fetch and it's merged code. So pull in this case is better than fetch. And this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome again to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will see the environment of the repository in Git and GitHub. So this is the main interface of our repository, and here we see the number of commit we use. Here the branch, for the moment we have just a master branch, that's why we have just one. And here some fetch collaborators or the person who work in the same repository. For example, if we were in a company, we will find like a whole team working in the same repository. So here we will find, for example, 4 or 5 contributors. We click on it and we see all their name with all what they did. Here we can see the license. We choose Apache, that's why it's named here Apache 2. And important thing in all this feature is the setting. So let's click in the setting, and in the setting we can rename our repository, and just write new name, and after that click on rename. Here if we want issues, if we want for example the issue to not show in our repository, we uncheck them. And the important thing is here, the dangerous zone. So for here in dangerous zone we have make this repository private. We click on make private and it will change from public to private. Before to make a repository private you need to pay. Now it's free. So we need just to click on make private and it will transfer from public to a private, so that's our code source will not be public and everyone can see it. Second thing, we have transfer ownership. For example, if we work in a firm and we want to leave the project and to go to another project, and this project is in for example the project is our website or the repository website, and we need to give it to some other team or to some other developer. In this case we click to transfer, and here we type the name of the project and the username of the other person who wants to take and to be the owner of it. And here we have also achieve repository if we want to achieve some repository or to delete a repository. Also for delete and archive repository we need to write the name of our repository, then I understand the consequences and delete this repository. So that's be all for this video, and see you soon. Hey, and welcome again to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in the previous video we see some parameter of the environment of a repository. So in this video let's change the name of the repository from website to my website. Let's click on rename, and after that it will rename automatically the name. But now after we change the name, we can't either push or pull our repository. Why is that? Because this link is changed. It's changed here to my website. But if we see our remote or what we are connected to, we use git remote -v, and we see that we are linked or connected to a website repository, but we don't have this website repository anymore because we rename it to my website. So how we can change that? Let's see. And to update this link, we need to use the command git remote set URL, set-url, and then origins, and then we passed the new URL. We found it in here. We copy all, click copy, and then we paste it. We hit enter and it will be updated. So now let's see, and as we see, is updated from a website to my website, which is our new name. That's all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome again to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to create new file, edit it and delete it, and also how to synchronize our remote repository to our local repository. So first of all, let's create a file. So for example, I want to create a file here. We have the button here, create new file. Let's click on it. After that, we should, for example, put name. Let's just say demo.txt, and here, for example, let's make a title. To make title, it's in this sample JS. For example, let's make test demo, and to make a list, it's with the 12 space, for example, first line, another one, second line. And to see that, let's just click preview. It will show us that this is a link, this is a title, and those are about two list. So let's commit that. First of all, let's give it some title, create test demo, and now let's commit it. After that, the description, it's not obligatory, we will commit it in the same branch master. So let's hit on commit new file. After that, we will show here it is in our main repository, demo.txt. If we click on it, we see the thing that we just added. Now what if we want to work with this repository, or to copy it, or to have it on our local machine? And as we say, we have two ways to do that. First of all, the fetch and then merge it with code, or just use git pull. In this case, we will use git pull. So git pull. But before we execute the git pull, we need to make sure that everything is work fine. So git status, and it tells us that everything work fine and clear. So now git pull, let's hit enter. Wait for like a few minutes, it will tells us, and now everything it's okay. It tells us that it's new file with demo.txt has been created. So now if we see what we have in the local repository or in my website, hit enter, and we see that the demo.txt is being updated or created. To see what's in it, let's cat demo.txt. Let's hit enter, and the same thing that we create in the repository or in the remote repository, now it's in our local repository. So this is all for this video, and see you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will know all about just those committed. So in every or in each Git repository we will find here the number of commit that we did, and in our example we did 6 commit. So if we click in this 6 commit, it will show us the detail and the person who did it with the time and everything about those commits, even with the title or with the message that he committed with. So in this case, for example, let's create new file. Let's see what he did. We click on the title and we see what he did. For example, here everything it's green, that's added, and if we found something in red, that means it's deleted. In this case we found that he add this demo test, and if we want, for example, we didn't understand why he add that on, or we want to leave him some question or comment, we will just click on here, leave comment. For example, why did you add this file, and click on, we commit our comment, and it will be like for example this question, and it's locked conversation. That means just me and the developer or the other member who committed this, who can see it and answer me. So now if I go back to my committed, let's click again on commit 6 commit, and we found here this little icon, that means message, that means that this committed, it's ununderstandable, or something goes wrong with it, or we need to answer or to explain something. That's why the other team member or the other developer ask us to explain something. That will be all for this video, and see you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to take an ID from my commit ID from the remote repository or the GitHub, and see his details and update in local. So, and to see that, let's take an ID. Let's go to the 6 commit, and we will see all the ID of all those 6 commit. So now we will take one of those ID from the Git repository, and we will see his detail in local. So now let's take the first commit, just initial commit. Let's take its code. Now it's copied. Now let's go. First of all, let's make me clear this. First of all, let's see if everything is okay with git status. Hit enter, and we see that everything is fine. So now let's see what happened in that initial commit. We already copied the ID, so now let's write command git show, and we passed this ID. Passed. Let's hit passed. Let's make me copy it again, and here it is. So we will copy it from here, copy this, just go back, let's go again and hit git show, and after that pass.id, hit enter, and we will see all the details of what had happened in this commit. So it tells us that a file, it's called null, has been deleted, that a new file is added. So basically everything with minus, that means it's deleted, and everything with plus, that means it's added. And also it adds all this in this file. I think in this commit when we add the website, I think. So and now to leave that, we hit Q, and we will exit from the detail of the commit. To go and see the other commit, for example, we need just to copy its ID and hit the command git show, and after that ID as we put before, just like that. This command is very important. If we are the chief of a team of developers, we need to see what they do, what they add, and what they delete. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to create a branch in the remote repository or in GitHub repository and to manipulate it. So to start, we see here branch master. That means we are in the branch master. If we click on that, here it gives us all the branches that we have, and for the moment we have just one master, and to create a new one we need just to type it here. So let's name it, for example, let's name it example, and here it gives us the possibility to create branch example. If we click on it, it will be created, and we see here branch created, and it's already on it. We see that the check, it's an example. That means we are now in branch example. So let's create a file in this new branch. So we click on create new file. Let's name it example.txt, and here let's put a title, hello world, and that's it. Let's commit it. And now the new file is created. Here it is, example.me, in this new branch example. So now if we go back to the master branch, now we can see the example.txt that we just created, because it's not in the master branch, but it's in the example branch. And now we see here that we have two branches, the master, which is by default, branch, and the example. So now if we go back to our website, we will find that he is in master, because it's the default branch, and we have two branches now. And to make that example.txt appear in branch master also, we need to merge between the two branches, or to pull one to another. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to manipulate branch, but in local, or in our local machine. So let's, for example, see this website that we add in our to our GitHub repository, and it's like that. To open it, just go to the website, it's my website, and click on the index.html, and it will appear like that. So what's now, for example, if my other teammate or colleague or the other developer wants, for example, to make some difference, or to make some style to this website, want, for example, to change this header to another one, or basically to do some changes. But first of all, here we can see that it use Bootstrap but version 3. And to make sure of that, let's just click on Sage code source of the page, and if we click on the CSS Bootstrap, see, we will find here that it's used for Bootstrap version 3.3.1, and we want to use, for example, the Bootstrap version 4. So, and we will change this this style or this website to another style or to another website, and to use that we will use the boot swatch. So basically the boot swatch, it gives us a free theme to use, and those themes are here. So let's choose something between those themes. For example, for me, I will choose that Flagy. So let's download it. So let's click on download, and CSS will be downloaded. Now we will see what we will do. And now we need to create another branch so that we can use that theme or that new style that we just download. So let's go to Git. Let's clear that. Clear. And let's create another branch, but this time in Git. So Git checkout -b, and let's give it a name. Let's name it new theme. Let's hit enter, and now we're on this new branch. So now we will copy and paste, or we will bring the new style that we just download to this theme, or to this new theme. So now let's open this bootstrap.min.css in our code editor. For me it will be Visual Code. So let's click on it, open in a folder, and after that open it in here. To open it in here, for example, let's just say Ctrl N, and let's drag and drop the file to the Bootstrap. And it's like that. Here it is, the style that we just download. So, and to use it, let's create, for example, a new folder in here. Just click on this icon, new folder. Let's give it a name, for example, Bootstrap. Let's hit enter, and inside this folder, let's create new file. Let's name it bootstrap.min.css. Let's hit enter, and inside this this new file, let's copy and paste all of that. So copy, and let's paste it just in here. Let's save it. Now let's go back to our index.html. Yeah, and let's delete all of that. Yeah, now I deleted. Save. Now let's type our HTML or our new theme to the website. So just click that with image HTML. We hit 5, and now the skeleton of HTML, it will be written. So let's change document, for example, to Git and GitHub, and first of all let's create, for example, navbar. So let's create it, and so that the team will help us, or the Visual Code Studio will help us to do that. You need to install a new extension. So go to this icon, click on it, and see if you have Bootstrap 4. Yeah, for me it's already installed, and for you, if it's not installed, you will find here an install button just like that, and click on it and install it. It will help you read code even better. So now to use this extension, we will just write b4 dash navbar dash, and here it shows all the navbar in the bootstrap. So let's just use the default one, hit enter, and we see that the navbar will be generated automatically with this extension. So let's make some modification or some updates in this navbar. For example, here let's make the background dark. Here is background. Let's make it primary. Let's save it. Now let's create new div dot container with class dot container, and inside this container let's add another div with row, with class with row, hit enter. Let's now use some h1 and text. Let's use, for example, my first title or my main title. No. Just use it like that, h1, hit enter, and here let's use my main title. Now let's use another class when we will be add the card. So dot call dash mg dash 6 is generated. Now let's add the card, and to do that let's use again the extension. So before card dash, let's use the default one. Here it is. And we know that in card we need title and text. So in title and text, let's use the lorem option. Lorem. Let's use it with three words. And here let's use again the lorem option, but now let's use with 10 mark. Then there it is, it generated. Let's save it. So now let's see what we have done. Let's go back to the index, let's refresh the page, and it will show like that. Why it show like that? Because we didn't link it with the new bootstrap that we just downloaded. And to do that, let's use link hit, and now we will use here in the bootstrap dash bootstrap.css. Let's save it. Now let's go back and refresh the page. Now it will be more nicer and more beautiful than before. See this navbar, we will just do some modification here. Here's the h1 and here is the card. Let's correct it. So here in the h1, there is h1. I will copy it from here and enter the container. I will add another div, so row, and inside this div it will be another div with call dash mg dash 12. Hit enter, and in this div we will be the h1. So I just copy it, test, and that. Let's make a paragraph. Hit enter, just with lorem option with 20. Yeah, it will be like that. So now let's save. Let's duplicate this. Here it is. Let's copy it and paste it 2 or 3 times. 1, 2. It just 3. Now let's save and let's see what you will have. Let's refresh. Now it's more beautiful and nicer than before. Here it needs some margin, but it's okay. It's more beautiful than before. Let's add another card. So let's go to here and paste another one. Yeah, that's it. And in this paragraph, let's make it bigger than this. With lowering, hit enter, save it, and now let's see what we have. Refresh this page. Now it will be like that. So now now imagine, or let's imagine that this theme or this new style is what client or what for example our chief project computer engineer want. So after I show to him this new site, he like it. So after that, let's add it to the staging area and then to commit it. So git add dash, let's hit enter. Now let's commit. Git commit dash m, let's say new style. Let's hit enter, and now everything is okay. But now if we go back to the master branch, let's see what will happen. So git check out master, let's hit enter. Now we are in the master branch. So let's refresh this page. Now we will see that all this new update and this new modification that we just did, it's gone, because it was in the other branch, in the new theme branch. Now we switch to the master branch. Even if we go back to the code, we will see it's the same old code, and there is no we can see the new folder bootstrap that we just added with the new file, which is bootstrap.min.css that we just add, and see with Git and GitHub. So this is basically the old version of code. Let's go back. Yeah, see here, it's the old one because it's in the branch master, and all those updates and all those modifications had been in the new theme branch. So now we need to merge between the two branches so that we can have, or that the second style will stay. So now let's merge between the two branches. So git merge new theme, let's hit enter, and as we see here, the new folder of bootstrap it's appear also with the new modification or the new style of the website. And here, as I said, always plus, it means that something new is added, and the minus, it's that something is deleted. So here in the index.html we see that we deleted a lot of things, but also we add a new thing. So now if we go back to our style, if we refresh, we see that it is the first or the new style that we update. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. Now let's suppose that our computer engineer lead want to give us, for example, the update of some file. First he need to create a new branch, and that's what we will do. Create a new branch, let's name it update. Let's create a new one, and in this update, for example, let's change just the readme file. Here it tells us that branch created, and we are on it right now. Let's go to the readme file, click on it, click on this pencil icon to edit it, and let's here with second title, let's say that this file has been updated. It's been or has been. Okay, this is not our lesson for today. So let's give it a commit message, for example, update of the readme file, and let's commit changes. Now it's committed. Yeah, and now, for example, our colleague or our other developer is create this readme, is updated, and he's give it to us to continue the change. But not us, if we go to the, if we see the branch that we have in the local with git branch, hit enter, and we can see that we have any just a new branch of update. We have just the master and the new team. So how can we have or download this update? It with the fetch. As we said, the fetch, it's like the pool with some differences. For the pool, the fetch plus the merge, and in this moment we want just to use the fetch. So we want just to download the whole repository. So let's do that. So now let's use git fetch. Let's hit enter. And we see that fetches with the new branch example that we create in the previous video, and the new branch update. So now if we use ls to see the content of the video, of the repository, we see the readme, the new bootstrap file, and now the readme is updated. So if we see cat readme.amd website, no, he's just because we're still in the master, we need to go to this update branch. Then we see the updated, or this new file has been updated in the readme. So now if we see the list of our branch, we use git branch, hit enter, and we see master and team because we use fetch. So fetch, we just download the repository. We need to merge it with code. So let's do that. Here the branch in local, and now we fetch also the remote repository. So let's see all the branches in the both local and the remote with the same command, but with -a for all. If we hit enter, we see the example branch, the master, and update, it's the new one. So before we go to the update, let's go to Visual Code and click on readme. So because here we are always in the master, that's why it's written just website. So now let's go to the update branch. So git checkout update. We hit enter, and we see that this file has been updated. It's what we write in the remote repository, and now we can see it in our local because we fetch the whole repository in git, and we download it to our local machine with the git fetch command, and now we have all the new branches. So now let's add something in this readme file. For example, I fixed the problem. Let's save it. And now if we use git status, it will tell us that the readme has been updated and we need to add it to the staging area, and after that commit it. So for me I will just use express commit, so git commit -em, and for the message I will add new line in update branch. Hit enter. If we see the status again, we found that everything is fine. And now let's push it. Git push. Hit enter. And the code will be pushed to the GitHub repository. So now if we go back to our website, now we are in the master branch. If we go to the readme, we will not find the update. Why? Because we are in branch master. But if we change the branch to the update branch, which is the branch that has been updated, see here it's written that I fixed the problem. And this is how we can have the new create. First of all, we create a remote repository, and then we use it in our local with git fetch. And this method, it's not known by a lot of developer, because a lot of developer they clone or they download the whole repository just for one branch. They can just use the command git fetch and it will be downloaded, and they can update whatever they want, and after that commit it, then push it back, and everything will work clean. So this is a good and easy way to do that. So this is all for this video. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In all this video before, we always pull or push from the master branch, but in this video we learn how to pull from any branch we want, or a different branch than master. And first, you remember the new branch that we just created, the update branch. So we will stay in it, and let's do some edit in this readme file. For example, let's make another line here, and let's, for example, say hello world. Let's in the commit message add new line in update branch. Let's hit commit. Now it's committed. But now let's pull just update that happened in this branch. But for let's see our visual. Let's see the code. For the moment it's like that, without the third line or the hello world line that we just added. So let's pull the update branch. So git pull dash git pull origin. If we hit enter now, he will pull the origin. That means the repository or the git repository, but he will pull the master branch. So after the origin we need to specify and to say which branch. So and in this moment we want to update, so let's just write update. So git pull origin update, let's hit enter, and he will pull the whole update and the modification that happened in this branch. And see here we see that hello world has been added to the file, and we see here that we add something in the readme file, and also we delete something. It must be some line or some space. So this is all for this video, and see you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to delete a branch and also a repository. We already know how to delete a branch in local. We just put command git checkout -g for delete, and after that the name of the branch. But this command will just delete it in local, but it will always stay in our repository or in our Git repository. So now we will learn how to delete a branch from our local machine, and it will be deleted also in the repository or in our Git repository. Now, but first let's see how many branches we have in the repository. So we have example, master, and update. Let's delete update. So we will use the command git push, push origin and the two dots. This two dots that mean delete in our repository, and after that we just write the name of the branch. It's update. Update. Yeah. Now if we click enter, this update branch will be deleted from our repository or from our GitHub repository. So now if we refresh this page, and after the refresh let's see the branch we got. We just have the master and the example, and update, it's been deleted. We deleted from our local, and it's deleted also in server or in a repository. That's mean the Git repository. So that's be all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn about the graph in Git. So it's like the history of all commits that we can see in the Git bash with command git show or git log, but now we will see it in the repository or in GitHub. So let's click inside, and it will give us all the details about the repository. We see here that one person is working in it. Author is one with 8 commits, and 7 commits are pushed. And if we have, for example, do some merge pull request, it will be in here, and all the other feature. If we see here the network and we click to network, we will see this graph, which is a table. The first column, it's an owner, or it's the person. So if we have a lot of person, we will find them in here, and this is, for example, what they did in just the steps that they take to do that. So for example, in each dot in here, that something happened. From the first thing, for example, initial commit, then second, add a new website, change or the change in the graph or the anchor that we update. Here the delete demo txt. Here with the branch master created example .txt. Here we created this demo, and basically everything. So if we are a chief of a team of developers, we can see all the things that they did in the repository and all the things that they did in the project just by seeing this graph, so we can see all the commit that they did with the message and everything, so that they didn't lie to us and they can't lie to us, because we can see and check everything they said. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to make another branch, to make it to be the branch by default, and by default the branch by default it's master. So now we will create another branch and make it the branch by default. So first of all, let's create it. Let's name it dev. Let's create branch dev, and it's created, and now we are on it. After that, let's go to setting. After setting, let's go to branches, and here let's select new default branch, which is dev. Let's click update, and here it tells us that some of Git will not be the same as before, because they used to the origin to be the master, and now it will be dev. So let's just click I understand, update default branch, and now default branch change it to dev. And after doing that, it's better that we clone the project again. So let's click clone. Let's copy all this URL for me. Let me clear this. Let's close this this website or this old repository. Let me delete it. rm remove force, and the name my website, and now it will be deleted. After that, we will clone the new the same project, but with the new default branch. Let's check if it was deleted, and yeah, it was deleted. So now let's clone this. Git clone, we paste URL, it's with SSH. Let's use with HTTP. Let me just delete this. Clone. See, clone with SSH. Or let's keep it that way. Let's just keep it SSH. And it's cloning. And after that, it will tell us that everything it's cloned successfully, and we will find the project it's cloned directly and successfully. So now ls, and we see my website. So let's go on it, my website. Let's hit enter, and see here we found that dev it's not the main branch or the branch by default. Before we see here the master, but now it's dev. So this is how we can change the default branch. Yeah, so this is all for the video. So for me, I will just sit back or go back to the old branch that is master, and delete this code and clone the new one with the master branch. So I will go to setting. I'm not sure if I click on it. Yeah, so setting, branch again, and I will change that and go back to master. Update, yeah, I understand. Now default branch change to master. Go back to my website, and also come back here, go out of the file, remove it. I think I still have, yeah, this is the command. Hit enter, it will be removed. Let's clone it again, copy, and let's use again same command line. let me just to make sure it's the same URL, but just to make sure that everything is work okay. Let's hit enter, and now it will be cloned, and after, if we go to the folder, we will see that the master, now it's again the main branch. So this will be all for this video. So let's just check my website. Let's hit enter and see now the master, it's back again as the branch by default. So this is all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn more about tags. We already know how to create a tag and to manipulate a tag, but this video we will learn another detail and another more important things about tags. So first, let's clear this. Now let's see the logs with git log -- one line. Let's hit enter, and now it will show us all the commit that we did since we create project. So we want to create two tags, one for the master and another one from the dev branch. So basically the master, it's our final code or the work that work fine, and the developer code, it's the code that is regularly updated and legally modified. So for example, first let's create a tag. So git tag, let's name it table, and it will point in the last commit of the master. Let's hit enter, and tags created, and let's create another one, but this time it's end table and in dev. Let's hit enter, filters on dev. Let's see git. Yeah, because I changed the default branch. So now what I did, I switched back to the dev branch with the command git checkout dev, and in this branch I create a new tag, git tag unstable dev. So now if I want to see the list of my tags, I will just use git tag, and see now we have two tags, stable for master and unstable for for dev, and both they will be pointed at the last commit of each branch. So now if I want to see the history of the last, for example, my last commit in master, I name it tag. So I just need to write or to type git show and the name of the tag, for example stable. Let's hit enter, and those are the commit of the main or of the last. Those are the detail of the last commit in stable or in the master branch. So we just see that we add bootwatch version 4, and we deleted we add this folder with this file. So basically this is the detail of the last commit in our stable code or in the master. And the same things go also if we want to see the detail of the last commit in our unstable code or unstable branch or in the dev branch. So we'll just write git show unstable, and now because both branches are like merged and same thing happen in the both of them, that's why we see here the same output. So basically now it's easy to see the detail of our last commit with tags. Now how about if I want to give a tag to a previous commit? So for example, so first let's see all the commit we have. Git log one line. For example, let's give a tag to this commit. So we need to copy that ID, copy, and here let's use git tag with -8 to give it a name. For example, we want to give it name of version 1. Then -m to associate with the message also. Let's see, release version 1, and then let's pass the ID that we just copied. So let's hit enter, and tag will be associated now. So now if with time the code or the project is involved, for example, and now with for example the version 3 or 4, and we remember that some functions are still into version 1 and we need to go back to them. Now with tags it's more easy. So for example, if we want to know the details of this version 1, we need just to say git show, and after that the name of the tags, which in this case version 1. Let's hit enter, and see it tells us now the update that's been happened in the project. And for this commit, it's the commit where we change in the first index.html, we change from project name and we write git and github, and basically it's everything is clear in here. We say that minus, that mean we delete this line and we write or in this line is added, and just from here we see that we change from project name and we write git and github. So now it's more easy to know what happened in the previous commit with tag. So it's important to associate a tag with a commit. It's more easier, and we can easily let's say we can forget it easily, and we can learn it. It's better than learning the whole ID. So this is all for this video, and see you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to declare or how to push those tags from our local machine to GitHub repository. But first let's add a new tag. For example, let's see in git log, let's make it more visible, one line. Let's hit enter. So this tag is version 1. Let's make this tag is the version 2, for example. So let's copy the ID, copy, and let's use it. So let's choose it in here. So release version 2, we'll name it version 2, and let's pass the ID, passed, hit enter, and it's created. If we check now the tags, we'll find stable, unstable, version 1 and version 2. And here in our repository we see here that it's 0 release, and here we will find tags. See here tags, and for the moment there is no tag in our repository or in our GitHub. So, and to do that we need to push all those tags from the remote from the local in machine to the GitHub repository. And now to do that, you know that now if we want to push, everything is need to be okay. Everything that is in the in our Git repository has to be the same in our Git local. So to do that, let's just check by git pull, and normally it will tell us that everything is up to date. And after that, then we need to push. Yeah, see, everything up to date. Now we need to push our work. So now let's push git push, hit enter, and it will push correctly without any problem or any errors. Yeah, and it tells us also everything is up to date. But till now the tags will not be appear in our GitHub repository. Let's check. If we refresh this page, we will find that the same output will come. As you see, the orange in here is here. That means the tag are still not pushed to our remote server. So now to push the tag, we need to do that. Now I will show you how to push the tag. First of all, I will show you how to push tag by tag, it's mean one by one, and in second time I will show you how to push alt tag once for all. So for example, let's push the stable tag. So we will write git push origin and then the name of the tag. So for example, let's use stable, or let's push stable. We hit enter and the stable tag will be pushed, and here it shows that new tag stable is pushed. So now let's refresh this page, and as we see that tags is pushed with his number or his IDs. Now if we click on tags, it will show us the commit new style. It's so that stable tag is committed with it has a message commit of this new style. So if we go back, now we see how to push one tag. Now how about if we want to push all the tags in once? So we will use git push, but without origin we will use dash tag dash tags. We hit enter and we will see that every tags is pushed now. Yeah, see the unstable and version 1 and version 2. If we will check that in our GitHub, let's refresh this page and we will find here all this page with their number or their ID, and if we click in some tags, it will show us the commit message, for example release version 1, and with source code in zip file or in tar file. So let's go back. We can also see the message of the tag just by clicking on those three dots, and we'll see release number 2, release 1, new style for the unstable, and new style for the stable. So this is all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to delete the tags, how to delete tag in a local repository or even here in GitHub. But before doing that, let me just show you a quick thing. First of all, the branch here in master, and if we click on it, we see that there is tag also in here. So tags, and it will show us all the 4 tags that we have. If we click on some of it, for example, let's click on version 1, and we will see that the code here. See the code here go back to the version 1 of our code, and so there is no folder name bootstrap other, and I think that in this syntax.html we will find that this previous website and not this new one, and we see here that just with 3 committed. So now if we want to go back to some old version of code, it's easy with tags. Now if we go back to branch, let's click on master, we see here that it's 7 commit and it's up to date with the new theme or the new style of the new website. So this is what I want to show you guys, and now let's see how we can delete tags. And to delete a tag from GitHub or our remote repository, we will click on release. After release, go to tags, or just here in release, and we use, for example, the tag that we want to delete. For example, let's delete version 1. We click on it, version 1, and we see this delete button in here. We click on it, and it tells us that are we sure. If we are sure to delete this tag, let's hit delete this tag. Yes, we are sure, and this tag will be deleted. See, now we have here just 3 tags instead of 4. But now if we go back to our git bash and let's see git tag, we will find that the version number 1, it's still on the local. So now if I want to delete this from the local, it's with git git tag dash g for delete and name of it version 1. Let's hit enter, and the tag is deleted. If we see now the list, we found just 3 tags. But now how about if I want to delete a tag from the local, and it will be deleted also from our remote repository, or the list from our git bash in here, and to be deleted also in the GitHub. So let's see how to do that. So now let's delete the other one. Let's, for example, delete version 2. It just go here, version 2, hit enter, and now it's deleted from the local. And now let's delete it also from here, from the remote or from GitHub. So to do that, we will use git push origin, then this true dot. As we see, these 2 dots are for delete, so this 2 dot, and after that the name of the tag we want to delete. So version 2, let's hit enter, and the tag now will be deleted from the our remote repository also. So now it tells us that the tag is deleted. Let's check, let's refresh this page, and this version 2 will disappear because it's deleted. Yeah, so now we know how to delete a tag from GitHub or from repository, and also we learn how to delete it from our local repository, and also how to delete it from our local repository or from git bash, and to be deleted in GitHub repository. So this is all for this video. See you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to edit tags. But first, what does it mean to edit a tag? It simply means that to change the commit ID. For example, this stable, it's sticked when ID commit, and to edit it or to edit tag, we need to change that ID so that for example this stable tag will be stick in another tag ID. So let's learn how to do that. Now let's see the git log dash dash one line dash dash decorate. Let's hit enter, and those are commits that we have, and as we see, the stable tag and unstable tag are sticked with this ID. Let's change that. But first, let's update or modify, edit something in this file. So let's open our Visual Code or whatever you're using as a code editor. Let's just edit in readme, and here let's again do like an h2, and let's write, for example, learn about tags. Let's save it, and as we know, after saving it we need to add it, then commit it. And since this file is already been tracked so it's used express commit. So git commit dash em with the message changing in readme file. For the people who don't know what it means to be tracked, that means the file is being it's been in the staging area. As we know, there is tree area, working area, staging area, then the local repository. And tracked, that means he is going from staging area. That's what's going to be tracked. So as we know here, or as we see, it was committed. So now let's see again our git. We see that the both tags are still tagged with this new tag, and here is the new changing of or the new commit that we use. So let's take one of these table. Let's check, for example, this table tag with this new change or with this new ID. So let's do that. So let's use the command git tag dash f, that means force this table tag to be now stick with this new. So let's copy this ID, copy, and then let's paste it. Let's hit enter now, and we see that update tag stable. So now let's again see the git log, and as we see that this tag stable tag now he's stick with this file or this changing or this ID, and the tag in stable tag is in this tag. So now if we want to again edit or move the tag to be connect or to track another commit, we just need to use this command line, and here we specify the name of the tag, and here we specify the new ID commit that we want this tag to be associated with. So now we change it locally, but if we go to the release and after tag or just in release, we will see here that they are still associated with same commit ID. So let's try to push them, for example. So try push, hit enter, and it will tell us that everything is up to date. Come on. Yeah, and tells us that with the update that we did in the readme file, now is push it. But let's refresh this page, and we still find that stable and unstable are still associated or committed with the same ID command. We also with the same phrases or the same command. So now how about if we want to change it from the local and to be changed also in the repository or in the GitHub repository? And to do that, there is two ways. The first is to delete the tag in the GitHub repository and then push it again so that can he be pushed with his new ID, or we need just to push them but we force the push so that he can be updated. So let's do the second one, git push dash force and the name of the tag stable. Let's hit enter. Because I forget the origin, then the name of the tag. So now he will be pushed and also updated with the new commit ID. So now we see here that forced update from this is the old one and this is the new one. So now let's refresh this to see. We will see that this ID will change. See, now he's pointing or he's associated with the new commit. So this is all for this video. We learn how to change or to edit tag from our local, and also how to edit them from the local, and also to push them and to be edited also here in the local or in the repository and or GitHub repository. So this is all for this video. See you soon or hear you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So basically in this video we will see the difference between a release and tag. So basically we found same thing in a release. Even if we click on tags, we will also find same thing, but different it is that here in release we can see for example the other option for tags, but if we click on tags we see that here there is some other option. For example here, create release. Let's click on create release. But first, what is create release? Create release, it's like to give more information about this tag, or about why you choosing this tag and to commit in this tag. So here it gives us the name of the tag. We can change it if you want in here. Give it, for example, title. Let's make it unstable code, and here some description. Let's just make code keep going on update, or code need to be updated. And here in description we can also use markdown. For example, let's make a title with JS, and let's just make it unstable code, unstable code as title. So this, it's like h1 in HTML. If you want to do, for example, h2, we will need to use another days tag. So that is for title. Let's keep it that way. And here we can see the preview of that. We just see the h1 or the title, and then some just paragraph or some writing. Let's go in here, let's check this. This is a release, and here we have two options: save draft and publish release. Save draft, it will not be shown to the public, and of course publish, it will show, or it will be everybody can see it. Save draft, if you want to save it, then update it after, and after that publish it. So if you want to do that, click on save draft. So let's click on publish. And now it's more detailed, or it's more obvious to the, for example, to other developer. Here with code, here with paragraph, or we can write the whole thing that we did, so we express ourselves of what we did in this description. Here is we can find code source, we can download it, and here we found that it's pre-release. If, for example, in description we forget, for example, to put something or to add something new, we can always go to edit release, click on it, and then, so let's just click on it, and let's edit, for example, paragraph. Here, for example, let's make a list, it was space, and then let's use add line of code in index. Then again, for example, push index.html, and the other things that we did, for example, in this unstable or in this commit. let's click on update, and we see that those are a list of things that we do, as we see here. And here we can see the ID that this type or this release is associated with. So now we have this release associated with this tag and unstable, and also associated with this tag and also with this ID or with this commit ID. Okay, so now this is all for this video. Hi and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to delete a release. So if we go here to release, we will find this release that we just create in the previous video. So now if you want to delete this release unstable code or unstable code, so I need just to go and delete it. But if I delete this release, what will happen to this tag and all this code? The answer is nothing. It's just the release who will be deleted, but not the code and not the tag. So delete this release, and now your release was removed. So now I see that the tags are still the same, nothing changed. And now if I want to create another one, I just need to click on this three dots and create a new release. So this is all for this short video. See you soon. New video of mastering Git and GitHub. In this video we will learn how to merge between two branches. I know we already covered that in the previous video, but we merge them in Git or in Git bash. Now we will learn how to merge them in GitHub, and to do that we will click in this new pull request. We will click on it, and then it will show us or compare to us the other branches. For example, here the base branch is master, and we want to merge it, for example, let's say dev. We will compare with dev branch. And this is important because it allows us to compare between two branches. It tells us there is anything to compare, that means they are both the same. But if we did some update in, for example, in this branch or in this branch, it will tell us in here. So let's change this to example. I think example it's not like a master, and it will refresh. See that, and here it tells us that it's able to merge. This branch can be automatically merged. Here if thing that we add, it's create an example .txt. It's the commit message that we did in this branch. And here if we want to write, for example, a description or something else about this merge. And if we go down here, we see the different things or the comparing things between branch and example. We see here that this person has committed one time, so it's been one commit in the example branch, and the command is create example.txt, and here it's things that are added in the example branch. So this is basically how can I create a pull request or merge between the two branches, but in GitHub. So this is all for this video. Hey and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in the previous video we learned how to compare between two branches, and in this video we will learn how to compare with commits. So to do that, let's click on commit, and it will show us all list of all commit that we did. So for example, let's click on this change commit or this change A, and here it shows us let's say split to be more visible. So now this is the commit. No, this is the commit or change the change A or change the anchor. So this commit is basically is this, and this it's its previous commit or the commit before it. So now it gives us or it shows the comparison between the both, and it tells us that here in this green line is the line that's being added, and here with the minus sign it tells us that this line is deleted. So basically this commit it's this change A, the one we click on it, and this it's the one before it, and here we can see the comparison between them or the change that we did in those two commits. And here with this plus that it's appear, we can leave a comment. For example, if we are chief of the project and we see the comparison between those two commits and we didn't understand why, for example, he changed this from project me to Git and GitHub, so we can basically go in here, click on that plus, and here we can say, for example, leave our comment or our question: why did you change that? And git add single comment, and it will be commented and it will be appear to this developer who committed, so that he can answer me after he see the question. So now let's go back and see the list of the commit. Go back to commit. Yeah, and here we see that there is a discussion in here. So let's copy this ID, click on that sign, and normally it will be copied. After that, click on pull request. Let's create a new pull request, and here I can make a comparison between branch or tags or even commit. So now because I copied the ID of commit, I will compare this branch master or the last commit of this branch with our commit that we copied. So if we hit paste, click on this, and it will show us you must be some it didn't copy the ID well. So basically, yeah, the ID is the same, but let's change the master. For example, let's click on example. Let's compare between and it's also nothing to compare with. Click on dev, and nothing to compare with. So basically everything is up to date. But if we have, for example, another branch and we did some update or some modification, it will be appearing here just like it appeared from the pull request between the two branches, with thing that we add here and thing that we remove in here. So this is all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn how to compare between tags. So first of all, we go to release or tag, and it will, for the moment we have just two tags, stable or unstable, and to compare between them we need to go with the pull request, new pull request, yeah, and here let's choose, for example, the master, or just let's choose example branch, and here we will compare it not with the master branch but with tag. So let's use, for example, stable. We will compare it with stable tag. Let's hit enter, and here it shows us that this person is committed two times with his message or his comment in commit, new style, and changing in readme file, and basically here the update that this person did. So it's been update tree file, and here the number of line that it's been added or deleted. So here we see that we in the example branch we deleted this line, and in the stable tag we add this line again, and we add another line or another empty line, and we add another third line with learn about tags. And here we can see, for example, all the code that we did. So basically here in this branch example, so here it's been nothing, and here in the tags table all those lines are being added. It's in style. We can go down to see everything. So we see this is a lot of style. It's Bootstrap version 4. So basically everything is green, it's added, and everything, for example here, everything it's red, it's deleted, and everything it's green, it's added. So here it tells us between those two, the example branch and stable tag, it's been some modification in the index file. So we delete all of this, and we add all of this. So the green it's the add, and the red it's delete. Or we can just see the sign, plus it's add, minus it's delete. So this is basically, and we can also see the name of the file that it's add. For example here it's readme, here it's index.html. Here we will see its style. This we add new folder and a new file of the style. So where it is, yeah, see here all in green. That's mean all thing it's add, it's new. So it's a folder Bootstrap, and inside this folder a file Bootstrap, that mean .css. So now we learn how to compare between branches and branch. We learn how to compare between branch and commit, and now we learn how to compare between branch and tag. So this is all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So as we see in the previous video, the comparison between branches and tags or commit, but we can also compare between two tags or two commit. For the commit, we need just to copy the ID here of the first commit and compare it, or here we write or we enter the ID of the other commit that we want to compare with, or with tags. For example, with the stable, for example, let's click here stable, and let's hit enter, and let's with unstable and stable, let's hit enter, and it will be a comparison between those two tags. For here it tell me that there isn't anything to compare. That means stable is up to date with all the commit from unstable. That means the both are associated with the same commit, or they are the same thing in both of tags. But now you know the way to compare between two tags or two commit. And we can also commit between, for example, developer. We can also compare between this same branch, but for example we want to see what happened yesterday in this branch. So we see dev, then add, we open the bracket, and we say, for example, 1 day. We close the bracket, we hit enter, and it will show us the difference that happened in this branch from yesterday to today. So here dev from yesterday and the dev in today. It tells us also there isn't nothing to compare with, because basically we just created this yesterday just for the test of how to create new branch, to deal with it, to merge it with the master branch and stuff like that. But now you see, or you know, how to compare between two branches but in days. For example, you want to see what happened in the dev branch, for example, yesterday or 2 days before, or whatever you want. Let's see here, for example, compare it with the master, and let's see what happened like yesterday in the master. So master, then at, we open the bracket, for example 1 day, we close the bracket now, hit enter, and still because everything is up to date. But now you know the way how to compare two branches days. So I think this is all for this video, and see you next. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. Sometimes when we see Git, not our repository, but for example the other repository, we can find some code or package or a library that we like, and we want to keep to ourselves, or we want to share it, if we could say we share it, and to be in our repository. To do that, we need to scan it from the owner of the code and to be in our repository. For example, let's click here on explore to see to explore what's in GitHub. So we will find everything or all the repository here. So for example, let's say that we are like this Kubernetes ingress controller about Kong. So we click on it to see it, and we see all the code we like it. For example, if we want to deploy some project with Kubernetes and we don't know, for example, how to type a code, and we found that code who work clean, and we want to use it and to copy it to our repository. So here this is the readme file or the documentation of this Kubernetes or this repository of the Kong owner, and now we like it, we want to copy it to our repository. We need to click on fork. So we click on fork, and we see that GitHub, it scan the code. It's like she copied the code from its owner, and it will paste it to our repository. So here we see that it changed to our repository. So now if we click on your repository or our repository, see, now we see here the Kubernetes project that we just copied. So, and now we can go check on it. It's belongs to us, or it's in our repository. We can pull it to our machine, work on it, and then push it back, and basically now it's in our repository. So, and here we can see the number of the person who also share this project or who fork this project to themselves. And we see here the other feature of the project, for example the number of commit of a branch, the release, and contributors of the person who work in that particular project, who is Kubernetes ingress controller. So again, if you see code or a package in GitHub and you like it and you want to keep it to yourself, or to keep a copy from it to yourself, you need to go to the project and click on fork. After you click on fork, you will find that particular project in your repository. So this is all for now. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. As we know, in GitHub we have the access to know everything that happened in a directory. And for example, for this directory that we fork from this Kong user, we can also check the details and the graph of what happened in this direct repository. So let's go to insight, and here it tells us that for the moment there are 2 authors with 14 commit and some other stuff. For example, let's click on contributors, and we see the contributor of this repository of Kubernetes, and we see those all the person who contribute or who modify and edit or even write the code that we just forked, and all those are the contributors. If we go here to the traffic, here it tells us that they can't show us the traffic. We don't have enough data to show anymore. So let's go to commit to see how number or how commit this in this repository, and here we see like a graph of commit. For example, in this date it's 7 commit, this 10 commit, here it's 19 commit, here 17, and here it's just 1 commit in 8 September. And so here we see that, for example, they work on Wednesday with 1 commit. If also we go to, for example, network, we can I think they will load us the graph of the network here. So here in the network it shows us this graph with those are the contributors, or there is also code Jam Ninja, Java, all the name of the contributors here, the commit that we did. So now this owner, he add this white source configuration file in this date. And also we can see it fork, or the people like us who fork this repository to their local or to their remote or repository or to their GitHub. So all those people are copying or sharing this this Carbonate repository to their own repository in GitHub. And here this is us, and here like the list of all those people. So even if this if originally this repository we aren't the one who made it or to create it, but when we explore GitHub we see it and we like it and we think that it's useful to us, so we can fork it. And by fork it I mean to put it to our remote repository or to our GitHub repository, and then we can also see all the things that had been happening in this repository. So this is all for this video, and see you next. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So now in real life on in-firm and company we will have like a big project with the team. Not like that we just update here in the readme file or index.html just to learn how to use the command and to be familiar with. But for example, if we have like a big project, we need to be like a whole team working on the project, or a lot of contributors working in project. So in this video we will see and learn how to add other contributor or other developer to help us in our project. So for here in this repository we have just one contributor, which is the owner or us. And to add more contributors, let's go to setting, and then after setting go to contributors. Here they will tell us to confirm our password because we are in setting, and here we will add the username of the other contributor. So basically we will here type or write our username of our friend that is also a developer or other of our team. If we are a team working in the same project, here we will add their username, and after that I will click on add contributor here. So here it will always help us search. If for example if we don't remember their username but it starts with J, for example, let's click Java, and here it will show us all those in GitHub with the same username. So for example just click for example on this one, and we will add it as a collaborator to help us in our project. And after adding the collaborator, GitHub will send him an email in his Gmail, and he tell him that you invite him to be a collaborator with his project and the name of the project of your repository. After that, he can click first in the email, and then he will find a button view detail or view invitation. He will click on that, and after that he can choose either to accept working with you or to not. If he want to accept, he will click on accept invitation, and after that you will become two collaborators or two developer in the same project or in the same repository. So this is all for this video. See you. Hey, and welcome to this new video of Mastering Git and GitHub. So in this video we will learn all about this issue. So first, if this issue didn't appear in here, just go to setting, and after setting you will find that issue is unchecked. Here you will find this button is unchecked. So if this is your case, just check it and go back to the repository. Now go and click on issue. Here let's create, for example, a new issue. So but first, what they are the issue? For example, the issue is, for example, if we have some problem. Issue is basically are the problem. So if we have our problem in code or some problem in code, we need to make them as issues, so that for example another developer or another GitHub user see that we have this same issues, and basically, or let's say that he is more experienced than us, so he can help us to solve those problems and those issues. So first, let's click on new issue. But before create a user, let's know the label. So here we see that we have 9 label. So if we click on label, we see that those are the label: bug, documentation, duplicate, good, first, issue, help wanted. So those are the label, or like tags. We can put them in our code or in our issue. So to tell the world or to tell the other viewer that for example we have bugs, so something isn't working, so we need to put label bugs. And if we want to create our label, so we click here in label, let's give it a name, for example update. Here description need an update, and here we choose color. So this color it's already exists, and here we can see the color how it will become. I think this one is new, and after that we click on create label to create it. So here it is update, and to store button if we want to edit it or delete it. So let's just delete that. Okay, and it will be deleted. Now if we, for example, if we already had an issue and we associated with this label that we just delete, it will be also deleted from this issue. And here next to label we have this milestone. So let's view them also. For the moment we have 0 open and 0 closed. Let's create a milestone. Click on here or the same. So new milestone, we will give it a title, for example version 1, and here it's we need to select a date. So basically this milestone and this date it tell us that, for example, in this date I want to deal with this milestone or to deal with this version 1. And here's some description. So let's just click release version 1, create milestone, and it will be created. And here we see for the moment 0% complete, and here so till this date. So in this date we need to be releasing or doing this version 1 that we just create as a milestone. Here of course we have like the edit button or close or delete. Close, that means that that's it, we finish this milestone or we finish the version 1 and we already release it, so we need to close this milestone. If for example we did put this date to a date that's already passed, here it will show us like a sign that this milestone or it's already in the past and we didn't complete it. So basically milestone, it's like for example the alarm that we set just between ourselves. For example, I tell myself this date and this date I need to release the version 1 of the code, so I put it as a milestone, and here I can see the progression. And if I'm finish this objective or complete this task, I will just go here and click on close. And here we see the milestone. So for the moment we have just one and it's still open and not yet closed. So for example, if we have a big project, we need to separate it to like a small task by task, and create in every task a milestone, and by the time we finish a task, we just go and click on close, so that here can tell us the number of tasks we close or we did, and the number of the task that's still open or still like I need to work on them. So it's just basically to help us more organize our time and our project. I think so. This is all for this video, and in the next video we will see how to create an issue. Hey, and welcome again to this new video of Mastering Git and GitHub. So in this new video we will learn how to create the issue. So first let's click on issue here. Let's click on new issue, and here let's give it a title. For example, let's name it just add new readme file. and here some description. For example, we need a new readme file. Let's it support markdown, so if we do for example this readme between those two, it will be appear big. See here, it's appearing big in preview. So for example, I need to give this issue of adding a new file to another developer or another colleague of mine, just for example. Here are the labels, so we need to add, not we need, but it's good to add a label to our issue. For example, we just make an enhancement, or enhancement does mean we want project to involve. Here the milestone, if we want to associate it with a milestone. For the moment we have this version 1 that's still open, we click on it. And here if we have for example a lot of projects in our repository and we need to for example to associate this issue with one of the projects or the repository. And here assignment, if we have for example a lot of contributors or a lot of person who work in the same repository, and we need for example to associate this issue with one specific person, so we go here and we type his name and then we associate it with next. So that's it I think here, and we click on submit new issue. And here as we see that this issue is created and it's still open and it needs some enhancement. So this is label and this is the milestone. If we click on it, we go back and see the details of this milestone, and here we found like the label, it's just enhancement. So this is R for if you want to create a new label. Now we will see how to close this label. So this is all for now. Hey, and welcome to this new video and tutorial of mastering Git and GitHub. So as we know, in the previous video we create an issue. So here it appears to us that the issue, we have one issue. If we go to see that issue, we need that add a new readme file. So if we go back to here, let not add it, but just update the readme file that we already have. So where is the readme file? Here is it. Let's click on it, click on edit, learn about tag. Let's click, for example, update, just update. That's it. Here message of commit. Let's update in readme file. Let's commit the change. Yeah, and here it is. It's now it's saved. Let's go to the issue. So now we suppose that this is what the issue, for example, this issue is created by, for example, the chief project or our software computer lead, and he give me this issue to solve it. And for example, I solve it with code, or I add something, or basically I solve this problem or this issue. So now I need to close this issue so that I can tell him that I finish my job, or I did my job perfectly and correctly, and now no need to this problem to appear anymore. So we go to the issue, we click on it. So now if I go to the issue, I write him that I fixed the problem, I fixed the issue or the problem, and I click. Don't write like for me BP, like the whole word problem, like with the professional email or professional comment. So close and comment, and you will see this it change, or the label it changed from open to close. Now if I go back and click on issue, I will see that there aren't any issue, and we have just one issue which is closed because I fixed the problem. So this is all for this video, and see you soon. Hey, and welcome to this new video of mastering Git and GitHub. So basically in this video we will learn how to, first of all, we will create an issue here and then close it, but from our Git bash. So let's first of all create a user issue, sorry, not user, it's new issue. For example, in this user we want to tell, for example, let's write ignore as a title, and for example we want to tell the developer to not push, for example, all the files that end with png, or don't push the image in our repository. So ignore all file that end with .png, and let's give it, for example, some bug, and let's submit the issue. And now let's do that. Let's go to our Git bash. Let me clear this. And as we know, to ignore a file, let's change that, and let's go to our website, my website, yeah, ls. So now we don't want to push this file and this file and this file, so basically everything that end with png. This is what the issue. So, and as we know, to ignore some file to be not pushed to GitHub, we need to add them to git repo, to .git ignore. So let's do that. Let's go to our code editor, let's search for git ignore, not that one, but so let me open in this new my website with code space dot, hit enter, So this is my website, the folder of my website. This is our code editor. So let's go to git ignore, and let's ignore everything that end with png. So basically this dot png, and just tell in with this everything that ends with png, it will not be pushed to our repository. So now let's commit and add that. So git add dot, now let's commit git commit dash m, and I see that I fixed the problem, but now I want to close the issue from our git bash. So dot, and I will put close, or I will write close, but now I need to write and know the ID of the issue. So let's know that, and here it is. This is the ID of the issue, it's ds2. So we need to close and to write ds2, and then close those two, and now hit enter. So now it will be committed, and now let's push it to the repository. So with git push, let's hit enter, and normally it will push the fine and clear. And it gives us here some problem because every time we push, we need to make sure that everything is up to between our remote repository and local repository. So first let's pull, hit enter to make the both in same place, on the same code in the boot. So everything now it's pulled. Let's hit enter or space v. So now let's get status. Now everything is good. So let's again commit this, and then let's push, git push, let's hit enter, and now it will push like normally and clear. So remember, before you use push, just make sure that everything is up to date between the local repository and remote repository. So we see here that this open here is changed to closed, and so now we know how to close an issue from our local or from git bash, and we close it also in repository. So now it's closed. If we go back to the issue, we will find that there aren't any issue yet. See here, 0 issue, but 2 are closed. If we click on those 2, we found the issue that we closed. So basically those are the both issue that we already fixed and closed. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching.